game. It's gonna be Mage versus Warrior, and man, Strifecro, last time he played at Mage, he won with it.
Yeah, but as we can remember, his opponent didn't have the Fairy War Axe, which now Powder is drawing for the opening hand. This is a crucial draw.
There actually was a Fire Warx last time.
Really?
If you do remember, if you don't remember, yeah. But even that wasn't enough. So we will see right now. I mean, Strifecro's hand was actually pretty decent in that last time he faced with Warrior. Oh, Pilot the Shredder. This has been one of the most popular cards. One of the most popular cards that are common from GVG in this tournament.
And it's also so much fun to play.
Most of the players brought it to add it into their aggro warlocks or druids, and Strifecro as well, putting it into good use in his mech-based mage.
So now probably we'll see a Snow Chugger, because you don't want to lose the Mech Warper easily to the Fairy War Axe.
Yeah, that's right. The Mech Warper is definitely a very important card for Strifecro. It just allows him to play mechs for very cheap.
This is now very important for Strifecro. He can play the Mech Warper just to be able to squeeze both free drops in turn 4. There's no easy way of dealing with that Mech Warper for Warrior.
But the safer play, and maybe even more mana efficient, is just play a 3-drop Mech right now, and then he can still go for Mech Warper into 3-drop next turn.
This might be the case too. So now Warrior is frozen, so even a second Fairy War Axe wouldn't help.
Oh, and this Acolyte of Pain is just free food for the spider tank.
Second Mech Warper, oh wow, that's sick.
That actually allows a turn with Mech Warper into Harvest Golem.
Oh man!
In one turn, and
but does he want to overextend so much before the brawl is being played? Well, he might just go for it and just risk it, right?
Yeah, the brawl is still a turn away from happening, even if, and Powder might just not have it. We've seen Strifecro just play a little bit risky with his Paladin sometimes, playing a bunch of minions into mass removal just to check if your opponent has it, and if he didn't have it, then Strifecro just overextended to the fullest and punished his opponent for not having mass removal.
So we see the full combo, 2 Mech Warpers, and they warp the board state here. Harvest Golem for 1 point of mana. This is insane.
Yeah, we will have to see how Powder responds to this. Execute is able to kill that spider tank, as well as Fiery War Axe being able to deal with something else.
I think you might be playing Deathspite here. You have a Shield Maiden in your hand, so you kind of save a turn 6 with 5 additional health points.
The problem with Deathspite though is that he's only able to deal with 1 minion that way, and this might end up being snowballing into Strifecro's favor if because that additional attack from that additional minion might be relevant.
That's true, but with playing the Deathspite, he's actually being able to kill the little Harvest Golem that will be remaining after he will hit the Harvest Golem at all.
Oh, hello, Anoitron.
Hello.
Well, will he play it? I mean, this is definitely the best card that he could
have drawn
to protect his board from Deathspite attack.
I think you play both. You committed so much to the board, you have to stick to the plan.
That's right. I mean, even if there's a brawl, death rattles from both the Harvest Golem and the Pilot the Shredder are gonna be a big problem for Powder.
He is killing that Armor Smith, which is very important just because of the Divine Shield.
Yeah, he doesn't want the Divine Shield to get popped by Armor Smith. That's true.
Now we will see for sure a execute. So it might be actually like that. Execute the Harvest Golem, Whirlwind, kill the Anoyatron, and execute Spider Tank. And then play a Fear Works or Armor Up.
We could also see a Whirlwind right away and maybe execute on the Pilot the Shredder
You really
So
want... I don't
what
think-
if Strifecro gets a Doomsayer out of it? Huh?
Then you don't want to use the execute on the Harvest Golem anyway. He goes with the execute Golem Whirlwind play, so now he will attack into a Neutron and use most probably the second execute for the Spider Tank. And armor up, I think, or... well, no armor up. He will play just the second...
This was a misplay right there. He should have executed it before. And
Oh
this is exactly
man!
why. Because
Yeah.
the Death Bite would have triggered the sheep. And
Exactly, that was an error!
this would have wiped the board. And Powder, yeah, getting punished for that. The Spider Tank survives the turn, as well as the 2-drop from the piloted Shredder. Man, this is crazy. Strifecro just going to town here. However, Strifecro doesn't have anything in his hand anymore, and Warrior's still sitting comfortable at 21 health here.
Yeah, you're right. I don't think... Warrior's a great shape here.
Yeah, there's still a lot of armor to be gained from Shieldmate and Shield Block.
Now Strifecro will be drawing cards like Clockwork Gnome, which will just hurt him a lot, or Cogmaster.
Well, for the sake of Strifecro, I really hope that he has some sort of card draw like Jeeves.
Goblin Blaster, that's
Blastomate.
additional 4 points of damage. This is nice. This will just cut to shreds all the armor points that Powder gained, but still that's not enough to win the game.
Yeah, that is a huge minion though, and it will apply a lot of pressure.
Alexstrasza, now that's a huge draw for Powder right here.
Yeah, Alexstrasza will definitely just lock up the game. There's Strifecro's game plan will, yeah, he will have to just run into the hero every time, and Alexstrasza will capitalize on that.
So now, if Strifecro would actually get a Fireball, he would be 1 point of lethal.
Oh, well, he cannot play the Fireball. Wait.
Now when he will draw Fireball, it will be useless, but... well, you have to drop the other Drake for sure. Mechanical Yeti, that's unfortunate. You have so many 1-drops and you didn't draw.
Or what can happen here is switching the Pyromancer, so it survives the Harrison, but the Harrison can trade the Argent. No,
So now it will be Shields
Shields
Maiden. Shields Maiden into Hero Power Up, so Powder will be at 50 points of life, 15 points of life. This means that even drawing a Fireball here will not mean a win for Strifecro. So this is one of the last turns before Alexstrasza, and Alexstrasza will actually seal the deal.
What can Strifecro draw?
Technician, that's nothing you want to get right now.
There's still some hope for Strifecro. He needs to top deck Archmage and Tonidas
Or
to make use out of all the spare parts that he's
he
getting from the
he
card.
needs the coolant right now to freeze that Shield Maiden. Nope, it's a Whirling Blade, and why didn't you play it? No, it's the same outcome as just Hero Powering. So right call from Strifecro. If you will draw into Antonidas and use both parts to draw a 2 Fireballs, this can mean he will be back into the game.
Yeah, it's still gonna take some time for the Warrior to actually close the game out. The Alexstrasza has to be used to heal himself, most likely, and therefore Strifecro has plenty of time to draw into his Antonidas, and if he doesn't use his spare parts, then he definitely will have a lot of Fireballs at his disposal.
That's true. There will be still 8 points of damage lurking against the Warrior with those pesky Yetis and Tinkertown Technicians, sorry.
Okay, Alexstrasza, heal mode engaged.
So
And
now this will be at least 9 points of damage. Low tap is a decent draw.
Yeah, it is a big minion, another big minion right there.
You will just ping the 5/5 Maiden and go to the town with both your minions and play just +1 attack on something. And
He's
the
even buffing one
Tinkertown
minion
is
because
better.
It's okay to buff the minion here, you deal additional damage, and also you don't need like 3 spare parts in your hand, I would assume.
Yep, and also it's important that he will choose the Tinkertown Technician because the Yeti is beneficial for both players, so you don't want to lose 1 point of attack just because you buffed your Yeti, which will be the main target.
There's Ragnaros. This might be what Powder needs actually.
If he hits face with the Ragnaros, this will be disastrous.
He cannot use the Gore Hole, he will take damage this way, and Ragnaros actually provides a
He has to play the Ragnaros here.
Yeah, and if Ragnaros hits face, is it game over then? Yeah.
Yeah, it is game over then. If he hits one of the minions, then Strifecro can still win with a fireball.
There's no point in playing the Gore Hole. He has to play Rag right now.
Yeah.
And he has to hit a minion. If he doesn't, he loses.
And what will it hit? Die, insects!
Oh, he hit the best one.
Yeah, that was the best one. Oh, there's a fireball! Now that's a win for Strifecro right here.
Wow, that mech deck applies a lot of pressure. Those
That's
minions
true.
are stronger than they seem for their cost.
Strifecro managed to pull the win here. He made a really constant strategy in this game. He just played everything that he could have fit in every single turn and just go face.
It is true. The deck is like one of the most consistent decks in what it does that I've seen. However, Strifecro has been out of cards for a long time. So I feel like, and he got very good top decks, to be fair. He got it started off with a Goblin Blast Mage, then it was like a Yeti, a Lothab.
Yeah, and he was missing that Clockwork Gnome, an example.
Yeah, if he just top deck one more useless card once, then he probably would have lost that game.
That's very true. That's very true. And now we'll see Powder picking up a Druid against the Mage. I really don't know how will this end. Those mechs are really great for their cost. Well, gnomes too. And also, we just got a huge donation. We got $2,843. Thank you, guys. That's really awesome. We'll be jumping into the game very shortly. And it is very important for Strifecro too that he almost eliminated the warrior from the game. Now Powder will have to revive the warrior if he wants to, and well, warrior is one of the best decks in the game right now.
Oh yeah, for sure. And the warrior is definitely a deck that Strifecro might have had troubles with this lineup, but warrior eliminated already. He can be. Can it be revived still?
Excuse me?
It can be revived still, right?
Yeah, it can be revived at any point of the match, so he can still wait with the revival till he played all the classes.
Alright, Strifecro. That Cogmaster.
10-1 Undertaker, kinda.
Yeah, it's like the Mech Undertaker right there. Or a Mech Flame, if you will.
There's a Snow Chugger for turn 2, but wow, there's a Yeti for turn 1. Well, this might... I think he will have to play it for sure, the Yeti, but the problem is that the Cogmaster will actually deal 3 damage to the Yeti. I think you trade to the Yeti, right? Or just play maybe Frostbolt in it, and then you can actually trade the turn after that.
I'm pretty sure that we're going to see the Snow Chugger. The only question I'm asking myself is if Strifecro decides to go face or run his minion into the Yeti, because if he chooses to go for his overall gameplay strategy is then he has to go for the hero with the Cogmaster.
He's trading, so
yeah,
he knows.
This is the safer play for sure, because
wow,
if Powder ended up having Wrath, this would be devastating for Strifecro.
That's true, and also there's a top decked turn 2 Wild Grove Greetings. That's one of the most hated cards in the game. Spider
But
Tank.
yeah, it doesn't matter
3.
if he gets all those mana crystals, he needs cards to back it up.
Swipe dealing with the 3/4 minion. This is a great tempo for Strifecro because swipe costs a 1 mana more than the minion that he was playing, but still he lacks any kind of body that he can lay to the ground. A Neutron is of course annoying, but that's not enough to pressure the droid here.
Yeah, the crossbows and firebolts are definitely not what you want to see early. You need those mechs to apply pressure and then just close the game out with fireballs and crossbolts.
Rev to draw a card, that is normally would have kept to the Rev to kill a minion, but this time when your hand is so bad with double force of nature, you want to draw the cards as soon as possible. Pilot Shredder, one turn too late.
It's still okay though, you can still play it, and it's gonna apply a lot of pressure because it stays hidden behind that Neutron.
Innervate, second Innervate. Will you play the Trogzor here?
I'm just sure that Force of Nature is just gonna get played here.
Well,
The Big Game Hunter...
Force of Nature most probably will clear the piloted Shredder, but on the other hand, Trogzor will be really powerful for this board. Well, if Powder pays attention to Strifecro's hand, he's almost sure that there are three spells in his hand, because that nothing was played to the board here.
But even then, you don't have to use Innervate to do that. You can use Innervate after you play the Nature
Small misplay from Powder here. He could have easily killed the Neutron with his Big Game Hunter and then use the whole... well, okay, there is a Crockless 2-3, but most of the time you will get a free 2 minion from that Piloted Shredder, so the plan might have seen some better execution, but still...
The reason why Big Game Hunter didn't attack the Neutron is because Powder didn't want it to die to the hero power.
But still, I think the hero power is okay when it just cuts off some mana for 4 more creatures.
Well, doesn't matter. Powder right now needs to stabilize kind of against this Goblin Blast Mage. That actually is posing a huge threat to the health points of Powder.
I think if he actually plays the Trogzor, Strifecro might kill the Trogzor, because he has only 2 spells in his hand.
Yeah, of course he will kill the Trogzor, and that's what also Powder is worried about, to be fair. He doesn't want the Trogzor to die to just an attack from the Blast Mage and the hero power, which is why he chooses to play the Shade first, and then hopefully get a good
Snow Trugger
next turn.
So now, what do? You play the Snow Trugger for sure, but do you use the Frostbolt? Because I think you might have to, just to stop the hero power from killing your Master Goblin.
And he does exactly that. Very good prediction by Strifecro. Allowing his
Savage Roar
Blast Mage to survive the Shade for now.
He has the combo right now. If he top decks a second Savage Roar, that's game.
Wait a second.
He has to kill one of the creatures just to ensure that he will not die in the upcoming turn, but right now he might actually use the Force of Nature to kill off some creatures here. So he will use the combo.
There's no way he can let this board live. Look at Powder's health. 16 health is nothing against the mage if that has Firebolt and Entominitis. Wisely clearing that board, even attacking with that Shade.
Doctor Boom!
That is a
wow!
big draw for Strifecro. Oh man, that is exactly what he needed to get back in this game in a big way.
Breath, that's also what Powder needed for this kind of board, because that's the only answer apart from that's the only answer that he needed to play the Trogzor 2. That's insane, because if he would top deck a Swipe, an example, then he wouldn't be able to squeeze in the Trogzor. So Ref was the only card that he really needed in this situation. Blast Mage, those are mechs. Yeah, those are mechs. This is really important. He can actually pull off killing off that Trogzor without needing to use the Fireball. This is really huge. He can kill it anyway, even if he doesn't hit it with the bomb. Oh man, this is huge.
Oh my goodness. That Goblin Blast Mage, always so crucial and so good. One of the most powerful cards in the whole set.
Look at this. Now, if actually he kills the bomb before laying the Spectral Knight, he will get additional 3 points of damage.
And that is it!
That's lethal right now. Not playing the Spectral Knight first cost him the game.
Wow! Strifecro on the back of this powerful Goblin Blast Mage, just taking this victory in a decisive manner.
I think Strifecro has a lot of fun playing this deck. It's just the joy is visible on his face here.
It always seems though that Strifecro is just struggling to get some sort of, some sort of gas going. It always seems like he's relying on top decks, but the deck is just so consistent. Every top deck that he can get, it seems, is just so powerful.
That's true. It's really lucky for him that he, apart from the opening hand, he didn't draw a single 1 mana drop for the whole 2 games.
Yeah, does he play 1 mana drops?
Well,
I assume he plays the
Clockwork Gnome. Yeah,
right?
we've seen that.
I think that might be it.
Yeah, so 4 cards. That's still good. Well, anyway, that's 2-0 for Strifecro with an exciting mage. This is awesome to watch. And
definitely.
Well, I really wonder if he plays Unstable Portal.
I don't think so. It doesn't fit the overall strategy. I mean, I guess it fits the strategy because the mech deck is an aggressive deck. So if Unstable Portal fits a deck, it's definitely the aggro deck because
you can get 3 minions.
It doesn't really matter what type of minion you get, because you don't really need that minion for synergy or anything. You just want to go face. Sure, it is a mech-based deck, so you kind of want a mech synergy, maybe more than the Unstable Portal. But you have so many mechs in the deck regardless, so you might still play Unstable Portal anyway.
That's true.
But so far we haven't seen it, so maybe Strifecro doesn't play it. However, Strifecro playing one of the most powerful cards in GVG, in my opinion, Goblin Blast Mage. When that card came out, it was immediately one of my favorite cards, and this Strifecro just showing why this card is so powerful.
That's true. And now Strifecro will face the warrior again because Powder used the revival rule for his warrior that already lost. So we'll be seeing a rematch between the mage and the warrior. Will be starting right now.
Oh boy. I mean, Powder already lost a match with, already lost a game against Strifecro with his warrior. So it was fairly close though. That game was really close. And Powder, I feel like, should be able to win against the mech mage with this deck. But he will need a lot of armor and good board clear to survive.
What I just checked is that 6 unstable portals were used in the tournament and we have 5 mages. So there's actually a chance that Strifecro is playing the unstable portal in this game. Well, quite a clunky hand this time. Clockwork Gnome, 1 turn too late.
Yeah, 1 turn too late, but it's still okay.
Well, it's a great card against the warrior. It just freezes any kind of weapons that can be played.
So does the warrior have Deathbite? No, he doesn't. And this is great news for Strifecro because then if in case the warrior has Deathbite instead of Fire War Axe, he cannot use it until that Chaga gets dealt with.
That's very true. So I think he will proceed with the Acolyte of Pain here just to increase the chances of drawing something relevant in the next turn.
That is exactly the card he's going for. What can Strifecro do to retaliate?
He will just go face, freeze the warrior, but of course you play Tinkertone Technician. It's a 4/4 creature for 3 mana that's super efficient without any drawback, and then you still have a spare part. This is insanely efficient.
I'm still waiting for that Antonidas though. We haven't seen it so far. We've seen Dr. Boom, but I'm pretty sure it's Strifecro plays it somewhere, right?
Well, it fits the deck strategy, but we still don't know if he actually uses.
You might end up just not having Antonidas. That could happen. The Taskmaster clears this Snow Chugger with the help of Acolyte of Pain.
So now it's really cool that Clockwork Gnome will actually fit the second Technician, but the problem is well, that Yeti might be awkward in the later turns. So which one do you play? Mechanical Yeti or the Tinkertown Technician?
The Clockwork Gnome, along with the Tinkertown Technician, definitely puts a lot more pressure on the board, whereas the Yeti would just put 2 damage on the board, and this play that Strifecro made put 6 damage on the board. You just want to maximize the damage output each turn.
And now Powder will be forced to kill one of the creatures with his Depth Spite, and Taskmaster will be trading for the Clockwork Gnome. So this is... Strifecro has 3 spare parts in his hand. This is 1 coolant, 1 which freezes a minion, 1 rusty horn which gives your minion a taunt, and 1 finicky cloaking device which gives us stealth, which is very important. I think it might be even cast this turn, because you want to ensure, well, you might either play Azure Drake or Mechanical Yeti and Stealth the Yeti, so you have your Goblin Blast Mage on the turn after that, and it will be sure that he will get the Arcane Missiles with spell power from that.
Yeah, Strifecro has the option to just go for Azure Drake and get more options, but I feel he's going for Mechanical Yeti into Rusty Horn, taunting up that, or actually he's going...
Yeah, he's going with the Stealth.
That's even safer, because he wants to keep that mech on the board in order to play the Goblin Blast Mage next turn.
Yeah, exactly what I said. So now the Bomb Blobber now will kill off the Yeti, which was stealth. That is really huge. But there's still a mech for 2 mana which will fit the Goblin Blast Mage, but there's, well, it's kinda an odd place because you have 4 missiles, so if you have a 50-50 like that, most of the time you will not kill the Goblin Lobber.
Yeah, it is very unlikely that happens, so Strifecro might be going for a different route of play here. Mech Warper into Spider Tank maybe?
An emergency coolant for the Bomb Blobber maybe?
Oh,
no, he's going for the Blast Mage. Oh wow. Oh man, he gets it now. This is insane. Look at Strifecro's face. It's like, oh, that didn't happen.
I mean, man, when that happens, obviously we have to feel happy. But and on the other hand, of course, Powder is probably really sad about that.
He still gets a Shield Slam, Shield Block, Shield Slam combo, which is really nice to get rid of a 5 attack creature second. But this is not a good move right now, because it will generate a lot of armor if it will hit the Armor Smith first. So it might be even better to play the Azure Drake, draw into a Frostbolt, kill the Armor Smith, and then go for face with the Mech Warper, or just go with the spare part at 1 point of damage to your Mech Warper and then kill off with the ping that pesky Armor Smith. He gets a creature, so that's not what he wanted.
Let's see what happens here. Spider Tank and probably just attack the hero.
So he's ignoring the Armor Smith.
Yeah, I mean that's what you have to do in this situation. I would say attacking the Armor Smith doesn't do you any good either.
Yep.
What you could do is use some of your spare parts, maybe even give
the coolant or the taunter.
Maybe even give the taunts to the Drake.
Yeah, that's what he does. So he gets a 3/2 creature for just 1 point of mana, unless his Mech Warper will die. Second Bomb Blobber. This is very important for Powder.
The Bomb Blobbers are so key in this matchup, and Powder realizes it. Goes for the Bomb Blobber right away. Anything he can hit here is pretty good.
Well,
but
the worst is Cogmaster.
He wants to get that as a Drake.
And it hits the Mech Warper, so second best option. Now he can... Do you use the Iron Beak Owl? I'm not sure. I don't think so.
Can help him bypass taunt, and there's not really much that you need this Iron Beak Owl for anyway. Armoring up might be a decent play too, though.
It's a great target for the second Goblin Blast Mage for sure. He gets 1 point of armor, which might be crucial. Fireball. How much points of damage is that? That's 5, 11, 12 with the Whirlwind, 13 with the Hero Power, so he's 2 off lethal. If actually he would have the spell power, he will be 1 point of lethal this time. But I think we'll see Azure Drake killing off the Armor Smith, or maybe Cogmaster killing off the Armor Smith.
Yeah, Cogmaster killing off the Armor Smith is even better because it's better. Yeah, just to be more efficient with the damage that you have on the board.
Yep, that's true.
Would have survived the next turn anyway, and this way now he can play the Blast Mage.
I think you play the Blast Mage and just go face with everything.
The question is,
well, if you kill the Bomb Blobber, you ensure that the Blast Mage will hit face, but I think it's worth to make the risk here. Oh man, no, that didn't happen just now.
Those Blast Mages, MVP.
Well,
right there.
that was insane. Insane luck for Strifecro here. Powder must be devastated.
Some people would call it skill.
Yeah, of course.
Man, commanding those Blast Mages to hit what they're supposed to.
Yeah. It feels like, well, that's how they work. That's sort of how it should be done. But now it's game. It's 3-0 for the Mage. This is just insane.
I cannot believe it, man. Those Blast Mages have been on point. And Strifecro just tearing through Powder with Max and Blast Mages all the way. Fireballs to finish off the games. Such a consistent deck.
Wow. Deck. Now 3-0 with a Mage deck. I think no one anticipated that, and now Powder is left with his... Let me think, what is he left with? I'm almost sure, well, Warlock is banned, so it's actually Paladin. And Paladin against those Goblin Blast Mages is just awful with the Quartermaster. So this might favor Strifecro a lot more than in the games before that. So we might be seeing a really fast grand final. Strifecro Mage is just making enormous value in every single game.
Finally we see some mechs, to be fair.
Yeah, that's true.
We've been kind of, the previous 2 days we've been waiting for some mechs to see some action. We've seen only like kind of one mech based deck.
Arf Dota was playing.
Arf Dota's aggressive Warlock deck with Hobgoblin based around mechs. And right now I'm really happy that mechs finally get some love. This is the main theme for Goblins vs. Gnomes. The mechs are the main theme for that set, and I'm really glad that they get some love by Strifecro and have their time to shine in the grand finals nonetheless.
Yeah, that's true, and now we are jumping right to the grand final. Might be the last game between Powder and Strifecro.
All hopes are on Powder's Paladin now.
So now Annoyatrons are really important against those pesky recruits, but Consecration will be the MVP in this game too.
Yeah, Consecration definitely a card that you need, but most of the mechs actually survive the Consecration and most of the cards in Strifecro's deck, so his minions are just very resilient to any AoE that Paladin can put on board.
Look at that disc curve. Cogmaster at turn 1, turn 2 will be Harvest Golem or Spider Tank.
This is just an insane start for Strifecro.
I think you go with the Harvest Golem here.
Yeah, the Harvest Golem is going to be able to trade that shielded mini-bot after it is most likely going to attack the Cogmaster.
That's true, and I think that's what you're gonna do.
Yeah, you kind of have to play the board control game a little bit in this matchup. You cannot allow yourself to just go face every time, like when you play against control, because Paladin eventually can just return on the board with Muster for Battle and just overwhelm the mech mage at some point.
What is also important with the Harvest Golem is that it actually leaves a mech after being killed, which can have a great factor with drawing a Goblin Blast Mage in the future turns. So Strifecro does exactly that, coins out the Harvest Golem. Argent Protector, that is quite a draw here, because Powder didn't have a play. So
Yeah,
now it will be Argent
will be very
Protector,
good here.
but it's still kinda weak to Mage's hero power, so will he actually use the recruit? Oh, I don't like this at all.
It is actually okay because you're absolutely right. The mage hero power can pop off those defensive divine shields, which Powder might not want, and therefore he wants to use the Argent Protector aggressively by putting a divine shield on a minion that can actually attack. Maybe even the piloted treasure or whatever pops out of it.
But the problem is that if he actually would play the Argent Protector, Strifecro would have to just pay the whole turn to just pop off that divine shield, and he would not be able to play a creature at that point. So now this is turn 4 for Strifecro. Here you ignore the pilot shredder for sure. You don't need it at all. You don't need to kill it at all. So you just go face and play the mechanical yeti or your own piloted shredder. And I think you will play the mechanical yeti here.
Look at this play. Double mech warper.
And spider tank.
This is a very strong play here, I would say.
You're still sure that you won't be killed by equality consecration combo for at least one more turn.
That's right, but you might be worried about equality pyromech.
Oh, so cute. Oh, so dead.
But I feel like he has to replenish his board right away anyway. This is why he chose to attack first, just to stay a little bit safe from the pyro equality.
Now that consecration doesn't do anything. Bomb Blobber killing one of the mech warpers, which is important too, because otherwise Strifecro will be able to play 2 4-mana creatures on turn 5.
That's right. Right now he will have to hero power the hero and trade off the Bomb Blobber with the Spider Tank. That's exactly what he's doing right now.
Still, consecration doesn't do much, so I think Powder will see how it draws, but now he has 2 options, either Sylvanas and hero power or True Silver Champion and kill the mech warper.
Yeah, the True Silver Champion is a card that allows Powder to get back in this game very easily, and Haunted Creeper will soften up anything that he wants to be vulnerable to consecration.
That's very true. Lockwood Gnome, that doesn't fit the curve really, but I think you play the Mechanical Yeti and Lockwood Gnome and just go face for 7 points of damage.
It's actually a very tough choice for Strifecro because he knows that Powder is going to have some sort of setup planned, and therefore he needs to consider all his options. And this doesn't only apply to the cards he can play right now, it also applies to the trades that he wants to potentially make.
Still, he has 2 big creatures on board because one will be traded for that Hand Creeper. Oh, a silence! Now this is a huge draw. Consecration will kill
everything.
Yeah, this will be clearing the whole board. I don't think that Strifecro can actually manage to pull off this game, but we'll see how it pans out. Now he really needs a Goblin Blast Mage in this situation.
Oh yeah, definitely. Goblin Blast Mage would be insane here. Unfortunately for Strifecro, he doesn't have it. He only has a bunch of mechs that he can play right now. Question is, do you play 2 mechs or do you just play a mech in the hero power?
I think you play 2.
Strifecro chooses to go with the 2 mech play.
But that means that the board that Powder has will trade for the Harvest Golem, Trogzor. This isn't what you want to draw. I think like Sylvanas might be even better than Trogzor in this situation.
Yeah, the only thing he can do with his minions is clear a Harvest Golem, that's about it. The Yeti will survive and pose a big threat to the health of the Paladin, but 14 health is still fairly enough to survive the Fireball for sure.
So now, Goblin Blast Mage one turn too late.
Oh, that's
you
rough.
play the Goblin Mage for sure first, and now it hits twice. Actually, it hits 3 times face.
Yeah, Strifecro's just going face here. You can't just simply ignore that.
That Goblin Blast Mage is just working on his command.
Yeah, that's definitely the hits he needed.
Wow, man, look at this. Powder has no option to clear more than one minion.
He has no healing in his hand. That's even more important.
So he will
Eventually he will just die to the hero power from the mage
Yeah.
if he clears the board.
he will get at least 3 points of damage from the creatures and 1 point of damage from the hero power next turn. This means, unless he kills a Yeti and gets a coolant from that, so what you have to do, being Powder here, is to play the Divine Shield on the Trogzor, kill the Yeti, get a coolant, and then... Yeah, that's not it. That was the only way to save some hit points for you.
Yeah, that 3 health might be crucial.
Low tap is a great draw.
Strifecro will go face with everything, right?
I think so. Like, you deal 4 points of... Well, you have 2 frostballs in your deck, 2 fireballs, so you need to deal... No, you can actually kill the recruit here. You can go with a Clockwork Gnome to the dome, play the low tap, and kill the recruit with the hero power.
But what if you don't draw any of those cards? Then you kind of
You're
want
right,
to
you're
use
right.
the hero power to just able to win by itself.
Well,
That is not
Strifecro
true.
is counting that for sure. So dealing 4 points of damage might be more relevant than just killing off a recruit. We'll have to see what what is the decision here. He goes for face, I think. No, he kills the recruit, so I think he's counting on drawing into any kind of... Oh man, lane hands!
Low tap denies it!
Oh man, now this is huge!
Wow, but that also means that Strifecro needs to draw the kill right now, or else Leon Hands is just gonna stabilize for Powder.
Well, he has 1 point of damage from the board here, because he will be not able to stop. If Strifecro does get the part that will bust the Clockwork Gnome from one attack, he actually wins.
Oh, look at this!
And which was it? Oh, it's Time Commander. That's not what you want. Goblin Blast Mage!
What?
What just happened?
He can return.
No, it's...
He can return to his hand even if
It's
he
a
goes-
win!
Oh my
Strike
God!
wins 4-0 with his mage. This is something that... Well, I can't believe it.
Goblin Blast Mage is the most insane card in this deck. I
That
don't
was...
believe how powerful this card is.
Now you can say it. Strike wins.